Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Sargent C8X-1 in an LA keyway. This box says 15. That's got to be a reference to the finish. We asked them for 626, finish. That's satin nickel would be a 15 reference, a US 15. So let's take it out of the package and look at it. This client ordered from us an 8 series lock, and the client called and said, my cylinder doesn't work. By the way, they ordered it less cylinder. And they said, my cylinder doesn't work. Okay, what kind of cylinder do you have? Oh, well, it takes the key and, that kind of a routine. So I said, well, email me a photograph of the cylinder. Turns out that he has a discontinued 8-line lock that took a Kiso. Sargent Kiso still exists, you just can't get it in an 8-line lock, is a dimple system. So it's a bladed key blank that has technically 6 sides, a top and a bottom, and then 2 other angles that look like this, I believe, don't quote me. But then there are small holes, there are small countersinks that might look like a dimple to some that are on the you know what, I actually have this is not Kiso, this is a Kaba Gemini, but it will have dimples on it that will look like this. This is not a Kiso, but the dimples would look like this on a Kiso. For all intents and purposes, it would look not unlike this, not unlike a Kaba Gemini in that regard. So sent me the pictures. Yeah, you can't get an 8-line and take a Kiso. You can do a grade 1 lock and be able to do that in a lever. I think they're 10-line. Client said, well, okay, you know what, we don't need to do that. Send me a regular cylinder. So that's what the C8X-1 is. Okay, brass construction, a couple of original Sargent blanks, pinned 6, drilled 6, pinned 6. The LA in the key in the part number is indeed the keyway. That's the Sargent standard keyway, their LA keyway. Kind of see what it looks like there. Nickel silver keys. Being of brass construction is going to be a nice smooth operation. Okay, tailpiece specifically for that 8-line lock. Now let's switch to the camera view where we can take a look at some supporting documentation. Okay, so this is the item that we're looking at, and the manufacturer's link can be seen here. And from that link, you'll be able to pull up the full-line product catalog, and let's click on that, and then we'll get to our 8-line locks. There's not a ton of options when it comes to, what I'm trying to say is the catalog for the 8-line is not a very extensive catalog. It is, of course, now known as the 8X line. Not a lot of pages involved in this. This is just, a knob lock. It happens to be a grade 1 knob. The different functions. And, yeah, they don't list the cylinder in the product brochure for this. That part number came out of the price list, actually, is where that came out of. And if we were to pull up the price, the current price book, this would be the 988X line, cylinder assemblies and components. So this client does not have a 50 function, so we would be using the C8X-1 is where that comes from. Specify finish. Yeah, I should not have called out 626. That's definitely US 15. I should have called out US 15 finish on that. But that's where that part number comes from. Right there. Okay, so back to the product brochure. It's an overview, obviously, of the 8X series and is linked to down below this video for your review. That may be of value to you. Let's wrap up this video on camera. Now, in conclusion, that link to the manufacturer's page will show you that current product catalog that we have there, as well as all the Sargent products that we sell, a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to some archival catalogs. There are, looking at that page, there are Sargent catalogs that go back to, I'm pretty sure Ulysses S. Grant may still have been alive when that first catalog was produced in 1877. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, there's some very old catalogs there, late 19th century, early 20th century catalogs are there. Why are they important? They probably aren't to you, but they might be interesting, if for no other reason, just to see what hardware looked like well over 100 years ago, and in this case, almost 150. Very nice quality material from Sargent. What Sargent, to me, is really known for, to me, the space that they reside is they are an exceptionally comprehensive provider of hardware. They have options on exit devices in particular that are hard to match on a line-by-line basis from other manufacturers. They've been in the business for basically 150 years of manufacturing hardware continuously, and when it comes to solutions to solve problems, a dive into their catalog is probably worthwhile, albeit an intimidating endeavor because of how much information is in the book. You can have you can have an exit device and you'll have an entire page of just options alone as it would affect the cylinder, just the cylinder alone. They have a family of high security key system platforms in no particular order. They have obviously Kiso, they have Degree, they have Signature, they have their XC series. Signature you'll know because it will have a quill or a feather on the face of the cylinder. The XC is a platform that will have a very unusual millings in the edge of the key. The Degree is in essence a medical biaxial. To me, is what that is. The Kiso again is that dimple system. So when it comes to high security cylinder offerings and different technologies, Sargent has many in play. What's under current patent protection, I don't know. I don't have that document in front of me. So if you're looking for high security cylinder solutions, Sargent would certainly be a company to dive into. Sargent's sister companies, of course, would be Corbin Russwin, Yale, Medico, immediately, similar to what they do. Any questions on the 8X-1 in a US15 and an LA keyway? And of course, you can order that in any practical keyway. You can order high security for that, except Kiso, for that 8X series as well. Thank you very much.